Welcome! You're listening to Making Relationships Work. We're a company focused on women and their marriage. We lead and teach women just like you how to grow into and access, whenever you need to, your wise woman's self. The part of you who is deeply connected to your purpose, your innate wisdom, and your husband and family. We teach women in marriages how to rebuild trust and connection, to work through conflicts no matter how deep, no matter how painful, and to lead your marriage to a place where the two of you experience marriage mastery. This podcast is about learning the systems and techniques that truly work to reconnect you back into your marriage so that you can experience the freedom that comes with a masterful marriage. Since this podcast is totally free, if you're getting tons of value and you want to support us and make sure that you get more of this good stuff, subscribe below and rate and review our podcast today. Now, on to the show. Hello, women making marriages work. Hello, people listening on YouTube. Hello, people listening to me live on our podcast. I'm so happy to be here with you today. We are talking about a topic that was raised by someone in one of our Women Making Marriages Work closed Facebook group, where you can ask me questions for me to answer here. Today we're answering a question, we being me, I'm answering a question on teamwork in a marriage and how you can have that sense of team and solidarity when it comes to parenting, being in a couple, or perhaps just in everyday life. And so there's this whole idea that if teamwork is a problem for you, where did that come from and what do you do about it? So we're going to cover teamwork today. So let's start with what it feels like when teamwork is working. So when teamwork is working, what you get to have is a sense of solidarity. What you get to have is us against the world, where it's kind of the two of you under an umbrella, for example. So it's not two me's, it's a we. And so that's what teamwork feels like from a conceptual point of view. If you were to bring that feeling down into your chest when you're working well as a team with your husband, in a marriage, and in terms of running life, including a family, what that feels like is breadth. It feels like the two of you are covering areas the other one can't get to. It feels like depth, that there's someone who is connected to you and knows where you are and in time and space, and you know where that other person is in time and space. It feels like emotional intimacy, where one of you makes the other one a cup of tea because the other one has had a really big week. It feels like noticing and appreciating, where you're constantly looking for the good and you're calling that out. It feels like you belong and you're at home in the very best sense of the world. So teamwork that is working feels like, it's like when you put your key in the front door after a big day and you put your key in, you turn it in the lock, you walk into your home and you think, oh, I'm home. Whew, I made it. That's what being in a marriage feels like when the teamwork is high. And so if you're experiencing a marriage that doesn't have those elements, that's okay. That's what we're here to work on. So that's marriage mastery. That's what it feels like in a marriage that's working beautifully, cohesively, functionally. It's also a marriage where if someone's having a bad day, there's enough feel good in it that the other person doesn't take it personally. Instead, they're looking for, how can I support? How can I reduce stress? How can I love my friend better? And so that is everything. So that's one thing. Now let's talk about what if it's not working. Because if it's not working, my loves, whew, you put that key in the door and you turn it and you think, what is going to come? What am I in for tonight? Or you're already at home with the kids maybe, and you hear that key turn and you think, oh gosh, who's coming through the door tonight? How are we going to get this done? Where is my friend? I guess I'm going to have to do all of the dishes or the cleaning or put the kids to bed. Oh, this feels hard. This feels lonely. I feel neglected. I feel alone. I feel unseen. I feel unappreciated, undervalued, like I have to do this myself. And I remember that guy, I love him, but I can't find him, and he can't find me, and we're making it worse. And maybe we can hold it together for the kids, but it doesn't feel good for me, and it doesn't feel good for him, and we don't feel good together. And so I wonder what that's like for the kids, where they're in the energy of adults who don't feel good together. And so it feels like disconnection. It feels like low interest, low trust, low commitment, low friendship, low levels of love and empathy, low levels of noticing and appreciating. It feels like distance. It feels like comparison in a negative way, where you're comparing him to other husbands and he does not do well in that comparison. Or you're thinking about him and you're looking at what that is and you're thinking, is this all there is? This isn't what I thought I was marrying. This isn't the way I thought it would be, and I've tried everything and it's not getting through. He's also tried and it's not getting through. We can't get it to land. That's what a broken team looks like. And so is there a way around that? Well, yeah, of course there is. There's, I don't know, how many reference points can you think of teams, sporting teams, chess teams, physics teams, any kind of church teams that haven't been working, that have just needed leadership and connection and strategy and unified, something to become unified to head towards, which is a goal, my friends. So if that's what you need, then that's doable, isn't it? It just means your job is to find the direction and to set the goal. What do you want? What do you want your life and your teamwork to look like? How do you have that teamwork come together in a way that has you feeling like you're a we, or there's two of you against the world, where you're like, this is my best friend and I get to spend another day with him. That's what life can be like, truly. That is literally what my life is like. That is exactly where my clients' lives end up. I get to be with my friend. We are having a good time. We can figure out anything. We know how to make this work beautifully. And so do coaches in sporting teams and chess club teams and churches. You know, what you're looking for is a leader to say, oh my goodness, we've come apart a bit. Oh my goodness, we've lost track of what our goal is and how we want to get there and what we want our culture to feel like in our family and what that means and what can I do about it and what responsibility can I have and as soon as you put that lens on your marriage and you've got the skills and the tools, you've got everything that you need. Oh my goodness, you get to have everything. You get to create the marriage that you both want. You get to create the marriage that you are both dreaming of. And so what does it take? It takes a decision. The decision is, here is my problem. I'm deciding to be the leader to being the change I want to see. And I'm going to work with my husband hand in hand to co-create that. Is he ready just yet? Maybe not. Is he bruised or hurt or disgruntled or unheard or unseen or unwilling? Maybe right now. Will that change with my leadership? Yes. Yes, it will. And in that change, will he be able to connect with me and apologize and heal with me? Together, can we heal what we have broken? Yes, my loves. Yes. Yes, you can. You can do that whenever you want to. You literally can create the life that you want to. But what we need to do is to make a decision not to permissively let your marriage keep going like this, waiting for something to change by itself. It's not how life works. And I really find it quite odd in this day and age that we are so permissive in allowing ourselves to have a shitty life. Why would we have a shitty life when we can create something magical, where the everyday routines can feel beautiful, where we get to be with the people that we love and have a wonderful existence here? And so I ask you to give yourself permission to have a better life and to do the work that's required in order to grow into the person who has a wonderful life. This is everything you've been looking for, but the answer is you. You are your own superhero. You are the superhero that you and your husband are both looking for in order to have a team that feels united, that feels amazing, that feels like you are home in the best possible way. And so if you're having trouble with teamwork in your marriage, it's a sign that the two of you have lost sight on what your goal is in terms of a happy, connected, joyful, uplifting, strong friendship marriage with lots of passion and intimacy and sex and these gorgeous experiences that you get to share together every day. So the goal isn't there, and perhaps the skills and the ability to process past hurts aren't there. And this is where I can help. So in my masterclass, and I'll pop the link below, but in my masterclass, I literally teach you these skills. So go ahead and watch that, it's free. And if you want help in terms of navigating where you are and where you want to get yourself to and looking at how you're going to do that, you can book a free 1-hour call with us. And the breakthrough call link is down the bottom. That's going to get you super clear on what's not working and what is working and what the gaps are in terms of where you want to get yourself to in your marriage. And so you're very welcome to use our resources. And I want you to take from this that you are the person you've been waiting for. You are the person who can transform into being the leader of a life that is well lived and well loved and well experienced. That lives in you. Is it awake? Is that part of you awake and growing? Is that part of you awake and loving well and being loved well? If it's not, I also want to hear from you, because this is the most favorite part of my job, is the awakening of that within you. Because when that is awake, when you wake up into consciousness around the power you have to create the life you want, when you are awake to that, my loves, I can teach you the skills like that. I can show you how to have an amazing life all day, every day. Promise, it's easy. That's the easiest part, but we need to wake you up first and have you realize that doing the same thing in the same way every day is not getting you what you want. And so it's time to rise. It's time to create the life that you want. And I would love to do that with you. So you've got the masterclass link because that's where the skills are. And then you're welcome to book a clarity breakthrough call with me where we'll get really serious on what's working and what's not working. And then we can get going. And this is exciting. All right, my loves, it's time for me to leave. I love all of you. Remember how powerful you are. Remember that every team needs leadership. You can be co-captains, yes? But if no one is a captain yet, and you're in desperate need of being led in a different direction towards a goal that serves you much better, then please step up and take that leadership role and put your hand out to your husband along the way to come with you. That is how we do it. I love you. You're amazing. I'll talk to you soon. Much love, darlings. Bye-bye.